All right, we are live. If you don't see us, give me
Alrighty.
1 second. I just have to move my deal, and we're all set. Just gonna put out that we're live. We are live.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast. 2 in 1 month. Who would have thought? 2 in 1 month. I'm Nick. I'm here as always with Perry, and big, big week. It's the Royal Rumble. If it wasn't already big enough because it was the Royal Rumble week, uh, some more shit happened, which we'll get into. Um, and we're gonna get that stuff out of the way first, just to kind of go over it. Um, and then after we get through the obvious, story we're gonna talk about, we're gonna get into the Royal Rumble. We're gonna talk about who we think might be coming back at the Royal Rumble, who might win the Royal Rumble. There's other matches going on at the Royal Rumble too. It should be looks like it's gonna be a pretty good show. So we'll see what uh happens with that. But how you doing, Perry? You doing all right?
So far, so good. How about you?
I'm doing okay, doing all right. Doing pretty good. I've been working my ass off this week, but
I
it is
heard.
what it is. You got to pay the bills. And you got to pick up the slack when other people call out. So,
That always happens.
yeah. But anyway, we're going to get right into this stuff. Now I will say if you are triggered at all by sexual assault or anything else relating to that fact, you might not, if you don't know about the story already, which you guys probably do, but if you are triggered at all, I would probably not listen to this portion. It we're gonna not get super graphic because there is a lot of graphic shit in here.
Literally.
If you guys like, we're gonna read some of the stuff in here, but we're not gonna go through all the text messages. If you want to see those, they're online. If you go to Fightful and go, they have a whole they have a link to the whole lawsuit. It's 6-7 pages. You can read it yourself. I'm not doing all that. That's one thing we're not reading all those text messages. Those got a
No
little
way.
crazy. Two, what I'm not gonna do on here is assume or make any assumptions about any people that are not listed in this thing. So I don't want to put anybody's name in there that's not listed. Now, the only one that we probably can is Brock, even though he's not named. They allude to a former UFC heavyweight champion who was negotiating in 2021. So we know, they pretty much said Brock Lesnar without saying Brock Lesnar.
Right.
But there's other people that are unnamed in the lawsuit for stuff that I might read. There's unnamed employee 1, unnamed referee 2, unnamed guy. I'm not gonna assume who those people are. I don't fucking know. The only people that are named in this lawsuit by name are Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis. There's the only two by name that are listed. Now they don't mention John Laurinaitis as much, but he is mentioned in some of the text messages about threesomes and all this other shit. So that's just a baseline of what I'm not going to do because I don't want to, I don't want to throw anybody's name in there that might not possibly be in there and start speculation. That's not what we're here to do. I'm here to talk about what we were given in the lawsuit. So for those who don't know, a woman, one of the women that came forward last year about her whole situation with Vince. Janelle Grant is her name. She filed a lawsuit, and it was put, and all the documents and the stuff that was in the lawsuit were put online, 67 pages long. Former employee WWE headquarters. She said in the lawsuit she was abused and sexually exploited by Vince McMahon while he was the chief executive. She alleged McMahon lured her with promises of career advancement, and then he allegedly exploited her and trafficked her into other men inside the company. Grant signed an NDA with the company in 2022, for which McMahon agreed to pay $3 million for her not to discuss the relationship or disparage him. Grant's lawsuit claims McMahon stopped making payments after the initial $1 million. So he just stopped. The suit seeks to void the agreement and unspecified financial damages. So she's looking for more money, essentially. And if all this stuff is true that she's putting in this thing, she absolutely deserves. They better back the Brinks truck up because this shit is it's insane. It's insane. It's nuts. Before we get into more of this, Perry, what were your initial thoughts when you saw this headline pop up?
The headline, I was like, okay. So my wife sent me. It was early in the morning. All right, my wife sends me a
Yeah.
link. Says, "Hey, Vince McMahon's in trouble again." I'm like, "Oh, this thing again?" They bring it up, and I'm sitting there, whatever. I'm like, "Whatever." This guy is just a lunatic. Then I see the text like half an hour later. They got put up, and I'm like, "Bro, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know, man."
It says the lawsuit seeks judgment that the NDA is invalid under state and federal law and compensatory and punitive damages under other laws, including the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. It says the lawsuit describes in graphic detail Grant's accounts of her interactions with McMahon. It says here like one example of McMahon's extreme depravity on May 9th, 2020. He filled in blank here on Miss Grant during a threesome. I'm not gonna say what he did, but I mean, if you know, you know. If you know what this thing is, you know. But anyway, during a threesome,
I'm only
and then
laughing because I just listened to Jim Cornette talk about it,
oh, I mean,
and
then
he was just like making like comedy bits out of it.
yeah,
Eli, what's
which
up?
I also
Shout out
I
to the
want to
live
try
chat.
to
We have it's
shout out to the
VB,
chat.
we have Frank, and we have Eli in the chat. How you guys doing?
What's going on,
We're
guys?
live.
We're live, but yes, what was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I'm gonna try not to make jokes about the situation. I'm just not. I know it's hard. It's some stuff. If I laugh at any point, it's because it's how ridiculous it is. It's not me making a joke. Yeah, not me making a joke about anything. It says so he would set up threesomes with this girl, and at one point he defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome, and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend, who apparently I first thought it was John Laurinaitis, but apparently in this case it was not. The friend was like a physical therapist at the clinic that Vince went to or something, or the rehab. It was a physical therapist he knew or something. So McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half.
This sounds like a fucking wrestling fan wrote this in his mom's basement.
It looks like it's like a fan. It sounds like fan fiction, like fan fiction. That's really what it is. This is the 50 Shades of Grey of fucking the WWE. It's crazy. It says McMahon's friend left. McMahon ordered her to stay and continue to sexually gratify him. In June 2021, McMahon and defendant Laurinaitis sexually assaulted Miss Grant inside Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy at their desks. Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly touched her before ultimately putting her on top of the table between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns, restraining her for the other, while saying things like "no" means yes.
I can't believe that we're talking about this shit in the context of wrestling. Like, I can't believe we've done 241 shows.
Yes.
I never thought we'd be talking about this on 241.
See
what I'm saying?
Perry, we've been doing the show. This is the most insane shit we ever read on the show. And it pertains to wrestling. It's the most insane shit. This is Harvey Weinstein level. This is Harvey Weinstein levels. This is the shit that he was doing.
It might be worse,
that's what
just as worse as that. I don't know.
Yeah, and he got thrown in jail. He's doing so. It's like it's crazy. But it was the only reason I bring that up is because it's similar into like he was like having sex relations with women and like promising them roles in movies. The Harvey Weinstein guy. So
what's funny about the Vince thing though? He does that to the wrestlers. He promises them tons of shit and he doesn't deliver on any of them.
Well, now the other big part about this, and there's other stuff that I'm not going to get into, about dildos and everything else.
Oh no, you have to, because here's the thing.
Okay.
Eli in the chat room.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So a
I remember
couple of
this.
years ago, and I believed it because we know Vince McMahon does weird shit.
He's a nut. Yeah.
Eli told me he had family at the McMahon home painting one of the rooms. And they accidentally knocked over a dresser and a bunch of dildos fucking fell out of the dresser.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's Eli. So at first I'm like, it could be full of shit. And I'm like, it's Vince McMahon. It's probably true, right? I told my dad that story too, and he thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Eli's story checks out now, man. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
But
even if he was making that shit up, it checks out.
now also one of the things in the lawsuit that was brought up was that he was using her as a negotiation tactic. Preferably, they don't name the wrestler that they were negotiating with, but they said it was a former UFC heavyweight champion that they were negotiating with at the time. The only former UFC heavyweight champion, and it was in the summer of 2021. The only UFC heavyweight champion I know that works for WWE that was a free agent in the summer of 2021 was Brock Lesnar. Now, they don't name Lesnar, and I know I said originally I was going to put people in there, but it's obvious who they pretty much said, Brock Lesnar without saying Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And apparently, according to the lawsuit, Vince, in negotiations with Lesnar, said, it showed videos of this girl that he had asked for through text of her nude and doing all this other shit, and said, I'll let you have sex with this woman if you resign. It was actually a part of the deal. And Brock was at SummerSlam that year because he re-signed with the WWE, and apparently in these text
exchanges, he came out with the cowboy hat on.
Yeah. And then apparently
he was happy that night.
And then
I don't know.
Apparently, man. And then apparently in these exchanges, Vince told the woman, "This is part of the deal: is that he gets to have sex with you." I'm saying it, and I'm paraphrasing it, but he gets to have sex with you. They exchange contact.
There you go.
Yeah, they exchange contact information. Brock and her. Brock asked her. This is even crazier. Brock says he likes what he sees or whatever, and then asks her for video of her urinating. Like, what in the fuck?
Bro, you married Sable. What the fuck are you doing?
Holy shit. You got, how many kids was he have? Like 2-3 kids? Like, he's like,
let me tell you something.
Whole family man.
I think the steroids really fucks these guys up.
Yeah.
Because all these wrestlers are crazy. All these stories are always crazy.
And the CTE probably too. Yeah, that probably doesn't help. That they don't know undiagnosed CTE. I mean, here's the thing.
Oh man, I don't know, man. This is some weird behavior. Like normal people don't do this shit.
But now, and I read something on Twitter that somebody brought up.
Well, we know that Vince was molested by his mother. I mean, he said that in an interview.
Yes.
In what,
he's
2001?
talked about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's talked about that as a kid. He was abused.
Yeah, so I don't know. Obviously, that fucked him up.
Oh yeah, and the thing is too is that, and somebody brought this up on Twitter earlier, and it makes a good situation here. Now that we know about this, right? And there's other women that have not been, because that's, people got to remember too. This is just the beginning. There's a whole federal investigation happening with like 4 other women's stories.
Right.
That some are unnamed, some are named that people know about. I think one of them, like, that people know it, like, even though she hasn't, like, come out and said it. She's kind of hinted at it over the years, but I think one of them is Christy Hemme. They got paid a settlement by the
she always
WWE.
hints at something with Batista. I think Maria Kanellis hints something at Vince, but I don't know. I don't follow this all the time with the women.
Yeah,
saying
but
shit.
the,
They
but
always,
the,
like
but
you
the,
said, they always throw little hints. And it's like, all right.
but
who
the
cares?
thing too is
Say
that
it or don't
you
say
got to
it.
think. You got to think about too is with this situation with him using her as a negotiation tactic. It's like, how many wrestlers do you think were not re-signed, were demoted, were sent, released or cut or whatever because they didn't want to do with his devious shit? It could be anybody. Wasn't like, I highly doubt that's the first time he's ever done that in a negotiation. Highly doubt it. I highly doubt that. Highly doubt it.
I mean, look,
And
he's got blood on his hands from other shit too. I mean, we know about the Snuka
oh
thing.
yeah, the Snuka stuff and the I get it, but what I'm saying is that like this could have happened. Like, imagine if if a female wrestler got released because she didn't want to do any of the shit that he was into. That's 100% possible. Could have happened. 100%. Or she didn't want to be involved with another wrestler that Vince was trying to put him with. I mean, the way they're making it seem like that he's like some like fuck this is some pimp shit. That's what it is. He's literally using, and this wasn't even a wrestler. This was a person. And that's another thing I forgot to bring up too. He fucking groomed this woman, groomed her, took advantage of her at her lowest mentally. Because this woman, Janelle Grant, she had lost her job, or she left her job to take care of her parents that were sick and dying, and ended up losing her house because she didn't have. She had to end up leaving her job, and ended up living in the same apartment complex as Vince McMahon. And then somebody said that you should go to Vince. Maybe he could help get you a job.
Shout out to Aver Media. You fucks.
Yeah.
If you've been hearing the USB noise, it's because of that thing. I just unplugged it.
Oh, I haven't heard anything.
All right.
So, she was told to hit up Vince. Maybe he could help her with a job. Vince said he could hook her up with a job, paying her $75,000 a year, an entry level position in at some department. She got to the job first day.
He made up a job for her, apparently.
Yes. Created a job role for her, because all of her coworkers, when she said what she got hired for, all her coworkers like, I never knew that was a position here. Right. Then she wondered why all of her coworkers were busy every single day and she wasn't busy. And it's because
was busy doing other shit, man.
Yes. That wasn't the work she was hired to do. She wasn't hired to do desk work.
Right.
But it's like it's just sickening, man. It's fucking sickening.
Yeah,
and
you
now
would never think stuff like this would go on. And like, look, like weird shit happens at these places, but this is like beyond anybody's wildest dreams. The tagline from Transformers, by the way.
Yeah, it's
crazy. Wouldn't
when
imagine this in a million years.
When I read it, dude, like, and I'm not over exaggerating, dude. Like, I was getting sick.
I retweeted the texts before I read them. I read the first paragraph and I hit unretweet. Like, that's coming off my timeline. I am not tweeting that shit out,
bro. Like, I was like I said, I was the more I read it, the more I legitimately got sick to my. I just got done eating my lunch and I almost puked it up. Like, it was that sick.
Dude, it sounded like a little kid was pranking somebody. Like, typing weird shit in to be stupid. And I'm like, I can't believe that. This almost 80-year-old man is typing this shit.
An 80-year-old billionaire.
A billionaire. You have so much money, you don't have to worry about this stuff. It just goes to show you, man, money's never enough for these rich guys. It's always about power and control with these guys.
Yes. And
because they already got the money, they're good. But they need more. It's like,
well, yeah, this dude's a fucking psychopath. I mean, he literally said in a text, like, to her, I control what you do. and I control who fucks you. Like that's essentially what he told her. And it's like he sounds like a villain from the worst movie you
Bro,
could possibly
he looks
imagine.
like a fucking villain with that mustache. I know he just shaved the
Yeah.
mustache, but he looks like a villain from Bullwinkle with the mustache.
Yeah. It's it's sickening, man. It's sickening. It really is. And
you know what the funny thing
mean,
is? I thought about he was on NBC after Benoit did the whole deal.
Yeah.
And he was saying how Benoit was a monster, right? And he's right.
Yes.
But you have to be a monster to do what this guy did too.
Oh, 100%.
So
100%. And the thing is that if this were anybody else in the company, like if this was like, say if this wasn't Mr. McMahon, this was like a wrestler or another person that worked for the company, they that was known, they'd be ostracized and they would never be heard from again.
unless
they would get the Benoit. Yes, but they would get the Benoit treatment. But the thing is, with Vince, you can't give him the Benoit treatment. He's Vince McMahon. Oh, he does deserve it.
Yeah,
100%.
But the thing is, they lost Slim Jim for the Royal Rumble tomorrow. Slim Jim pulled out of sponsorship in WWE.
Yeah, Slim Jim said that they were pulling out of their sponsorship while further invest while more stuff comes out. So essentially, is that they're pausing it, but it's not going to be on Royal Rumble
until this guy's out of there, like officially 100% out of there. Which has nothing to do with the day-to-day anyway. He's just on the board or whatever. But dude,
they got to get him out, bro.
He's done.
But the reason why I said you can't Chris, I want to clear up when I said you can't Chris Benoit. I was saying he should be Chris Benoit.
Yeah. We know.
But
because of who he is and his power and everything.
He's the face of the you can't bring up the WWE without bringing up McMahon.
Right.
So name McMahon. It is like Chris Benoit was a cog in the wheel. Vince McMahon is the wheel. He controls the wheel. He's the man who created it. So it's like it's not like he's just some dude that you could just like edit him out of all the footage and shit. You just can't. I mean, that would be literally he's in probably 90% of WWE footage the last 35, 40 years.
Right.
Like you can't do that. But it's just sickening, man. And they can't do because everybody's wondering and what Ari Emanuel is going to do, who's the head of Endeavor. You can't do what Ari did with the Dana White shit when he smacked his wife last year, which was absolutely not. They did nothing.
He should have been thrown out right then and there.
He came out. Dana White pretty much gave it a PR apology, and that was it. And they kept it business as usual. And this is before they were even acquired WWE. Buddy. Yeah, this is before they even they acquired WWE. This was just when they were just had UFC.
Right, I remember.
But hopefully, now I'm not saying on a scale which one's worse or not because hitting your wife is terrible,
right?
Obviously, but this is a whole other level. This is like, there's crime and then there's like, where the fuck this is. This is insane. And also, not only that, Fightful found out and reported when they were talking about the Slim Jim stuff that there was another big name sponsor that WWE was currently in negotiations with. That was it was almost at the finish line. The negotiations were at the finish line. They have now pulled out of negotiations. They don't want anything to do with WWE right now.
It was Hot Pockets.
So, it might be.
But Lean Pockets too.
That would be that'd probably be a big bag. That'd probably be a lot of money. I can imagine how much money the Slim Jim one's for.
Well, they finally got Slim Jim back after what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Because Macho Man took that with him. And WCW had him, and then Slim Jim, when WCW got eaten, Slim Jim was like, yeah, fuck WWF. And then within the last couple of years, they came back to WWE.
They even got the Macho. I don't know, have you seen the Macho stick, like the king size one they have that has Macho Man on it? Yeah. So it's like they even have his branding on it, which I think is pretty cool. But
that's awesome.
But Slim Jim's like, nah, bro, we don't get this dude the fuck out of here. I mean, there's a reason that his own family was trying to vote him off the board, was trying to get him out of there. People I remember it was around this time last year, it was like January 20 something of 2023.
Right.
When they were voting to get him out, Triple H and Stephanie and Nick Khan all voted to get him the fuck out of town. You know? And it's like, bro, there was even old clips being dug up of stuff on TV. Like, the stuff on TV now has a whole different meaning to it, too. Some of the stuff he had the women do, some of the stuff he brought up. Like, there was an old promo of him and Stephanie that got brought up.
He's always had a fascination with shit, literally. And
yes.
That's why all this stuff, like, makes sense now. Like,
yeah. And also, it was like, I forgot all about this, too, is that, and because Stephanie brought it up on a DVD.
I have that DVD, the McMahon DVD.
Well, I
know
don't
exactly what you're talking about. In fact, before that was, quote, re-brought up, I told my wife last night. I was like, yeah, he made a DVD where he said he wanted to do all this shit, and she was appalled by it. Not her, dude, Stephanie was.
Yeah, no, she wanted to do it. He wanted to do an incest storyline.
Yep. While Stephanie was legitimately
pregnant with Triple H's kid. Yeah.
Right.
They want to say that, and then eventually, like, it was supposed to be a thing where, like, Vince was the dad, but then he brought up the idea of maybe Shane could come back and be the one to be in the. It's like that's gonna make anything. Like, she was like, "Fuck no!" Like, who the fuck? Like, it's just it. Like, who thinks of that? That's your child. It shouldn't be brought up as a wrestling storyline anyway, even if it was just like two random people, you know, like an incest storyline is fucking stupid. But with your own
tried doing that anyway with Burchill. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
the pirate guy.
Yeah,
which was a dumb like, fucking angle anyway. Like,
yeah, but it was like it's like when you hear shit like that, it's just like this dude was a fucking psycho. He was a psychopath. Like, and is a psychopath.
I would say so.
They got to get him the fuck out of there.
Do people remember 1992 Phil Donahue show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yep.
Those text messages that you just read.
Yeah.
He has a fascination with certain things in those texts. However, in 1992, when all these guys were doing shit, you know what they were called backstage? The Cream Team.
Yeah.
Everything has come full circle with this fucking crazy guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. His
you can look up A Current Affair.
Oh yeah.
Did a story on it. It's probably on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, trust me.
They admit everything. They admit what they were calling everybody backstage. The guys had a group called the Cream Team. This is fucking ridiculous. These guys are all crazy. They're sick fucks.
These Vince McMahon.
It's a wrestling company. What the fuck is this shit all about?
Vince McMahon is a fucking predator. He is. He's a predator, and
more than that.
Oh yeah, and he shouldn't be. I know he's not in the like we said. I know he's not in the day-to-day anymore.
Donahue now and explain. Frank is in the live chat and said that.
Oh, what's up, Frank?
David R. What's going on?
What's up, David? But yeah, no, the I don't know. I mean, they just need to because the Dana White thing for Endeavor didn't cost them any money. No sponsors threatened to pull out of the Dana White thing last year, but now this has costed them money and potential money, as we just talked about. They got to get this dude the fuck up out of here because more sponsors are probably looking at that like, yeah, we might want to pull out too.
You think Netflix is happy right now?
Oh, fuck them. They got that Netflix has that Vince doc coming out too. Soon.
They're probably gonna have to edit that again.
I mean, because apparently it does cover some of this shit, but it doesn't cover. No pun intended.
Just so you know, Vince has also talked about shitting himself in the ring a few times.
Yeah.
And how he was like, "Oh, well, that was a cool moment." I'm like, "What?"
These guys
he's a fucking nut.
Like I said,
there's something wrong with this guy.
That's what I said. The scary part about this is, Perry, this shit's probably, and again, I don't mean to keep saying shit, but this stuff is probably just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Yeah. Like,
nothing could really top the Snuka thing as far as, like, scratching the surface with this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And God knows what else this guy's been through that we don't even know about.
Well, that's the thing. I think over the next year we're gonna see this 2024 is gonna be the year that again, I don't want to say it. No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say the shit finally hits the fan, but I don't want to keep making shit. I'm not intentionally making shit puns, but this will be the year where his past finally catches up to him. 100%. This is gonna be by the end of this year, Perry. We're gonna see more about the federal investigation that's happening. There's gonna be probably more stories from those women that were involved.
Well, what about him inflating the stocks for all those years?
Yeah.
No one called him on that, right? I mean, there were some firms investigating the stock thing, but so basically what he was doing for years, he would predict, oh yeah, we're gonna have this. This is how we're gonna do this quarter or whatever. Stocks would go up. He knew it wasn't gonna get like that. Then the stocks would go all the way back down when it didn't happen in the second quarter. Him, Stephanie, and Kevin Dunn, they would all buy up stocks back. Then he would predict a high number. Then they'd go all the way up. Then they'd sell the stocks. See what I'm saying? Like, it was a big scam. Yeah. But because it's wrestling, nobody looks into the shit. Well, they had firms looking into it, so we're still waiting.
He just cashed before all this. He cashed out a bunch of stock too.
Yeah, no, he still has tons left. So I mean, one way or another, whether they banish him or not, he's still walking out a billionaire.
Oh no, he got it. He got his money. That's what. Right. That's why I find it crazy that he
built up such a legacy. He's gonna go down as the greatest promoter of all time. The problem is now you have this over him. Well, he's got this over himself, but man, you can't. Nobody could just be a good guy anymore. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like the guy, you could admire his business acumen because, I mean, he took wrestling from nothing.
He made an empire.
$9 billion. He made it. Freaking television show. One of his shows on Netflix for $5 billion.
Yeah.
TKO pretty much made all their money back.
Oh yeah.
In a matter of months, not even a matter of years. The money they spent is fucking made back already. That's crazy. And this guy's the guy that did all that. And then you find out all this crazy shit. It's like, man, he would have went down as the greatest promoter of all time, and he's not going to now because he couldn't keep himself, out of trouble.
Yeah,
billions of dollars, and you run around doing this shit. I don't know, man. Just for some people, it's just not enough, I guess.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, again, there's more out there about the allegations and the lawsuit. If you want to go read that, you can do it on your own time. There's other stuff out there. There's some stuff we skipped because it was just too graphic. And yes, I know we said some graphic shit on here. There's even more graphic shit in the lawsuit.
It was like PG. I didn't even know how we were going to do this show tonight. But then you didn't you didn't mention half of this stuff that was out there. So I was like, all right, we're good. But
we
were like PG-13 compared to freaking whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah, no. You can read that on your own time, but I mean, thoughts go out to the victim. Hopefully she gets, some sort of justice in this. Something needs to happen because this is disgusting. The fact that she was mentally and physically abused by this fucking dickhead for almost 4 years.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. And, yeah, man. And all these people were, you got the dumbasses like, innocent until proven guilty, bruh. I understand that, but there's hard evidence.
Hadn't paid off. Listen, he broke his own NDA. He made her sign. He gave her. Yes. He said, "Don't talk. Here's $3 million." Right, and he was paying it in installments. Guess what he did? He paid $1 million and said, "See ya." He broke his own NDA.
And you know why he did that?
His own NDA, and you wouldn't have heard about this stuff.
And you know why he did that, Perry? It's a fucking he
always does that. He doesn't have to have the wrestlers.
Yeah, he thought that he was fucking untouchable.
He did it to Coach. Well, he wasn't having sex for Coach. They hired Coach back to start the XFL, and they stopped paying Coach out of nowhere. And Coach is owed like 10 grand. And he said, nah, fuck you. I'm done. And Coach is like, I'll never work for that company ever again. He goes, Coach goes,
Oh, yeah, I saw
don't even
an
care
interview
who
with him.
runs it. I go, I ain't working for them ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, so that stuff with Vince McMahon, fuck him. And, yeah. So now, well, before we get into Royal Rumble, real quick, we mentioned something in that story. The WWE Netflix deal. Insane. Like you said, $5 billion for 10 years. It's an insane deal. I was talking about this on Twitter and in my own stream, in my own time, when somebody asked me where I think Raw was going.
Right.
I said I can see it go to streaming. I can see it going strictly to streaming because cable is just not it's not that prevalent anymore.
Right.
As much as people talk about, ratings. I mean, when's the last time ratings really mattered in wrestling?
For AEW.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, like, like, more people probably have Netflix accounts than they do people have cable.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Now Netflix is going to be $40 by the time next January rolls around.
Oh,
you know
no,
what I mean?
the people. That's the fucked up part. The only fucked up part about this, to me, is that I think that people that don't watch wrestling are gonna have to pay for it because they're gonna be charging out the ass for for memberships.
You know what I do, Nick? I do something called Tuesday Night Torrents. You know what I mean? And it's free.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If Raw is even worth watching. And what's that going to do for their YouTube channel? Are they allowed to post clips anymore? Because, I mean, I just want to watch like one or two segments. I don't want to watch the whole thing.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I like about how it is set up now, is that immediately after something airs, it's literally 5 minutes later, it's on their YouTube channel. I can go there, I can watch it in full. I can, like when the CM Punk segment happened, 5 minutes after it happened this week with Cody, it was on their YouTube channel.
Right.
So I could go watch it in full. I don't have to, skim through or sit through. Now, I do see some rumors that, that because of this move, though, Raw may be going back to 2 hours, which would be huge. Because if you remember when we used to talk about back in the day, Perry, the only reason they stayed 3 hours, because even Vince didn't want 3 hours. The only reason they stayed 3 hours was because of USA.
USA gave them the money.
USA wanted the extra ad space and everything like that. But now they don't got to worry about all that shit. And so if it's 2 hours, it would definitely make for a more compact show. Again, the writing has to be good, obviously. But knocking 1 hour off is already a fucking huge step forward, in my opinion. Yeah. I know Triple H is under the same mindset like a Vince was, of that it needs to be like, he thinks the perfect wrestling show is like an hour and a half to 2 hours long, which I think is perfect. But we'll see what happens with that.
2 hours.
There's not much more that's come out about that, only that it's starting in January 2025. And Nick Khan said in an interview that for now, it's still on Monday. I don't know what the hell that means for now. But he did mention that there's some weeks where there's a lot of competition, or like where there's college football or Monday Night Football, or there's this and there's that. So it might give them the freedom sometimes to move Raw if they want to. Like if they want to do Raw on a Tuesday one week, if there's a college football championship on, they can move Raw to a Tuesday, or they can move, I don't know. I don't know what he means by that, but he said for now it's still Mondays. So
a lot of people are confused though, because they're like, oh, Netflix has live TV now. Like now that they acquired WWE, Raw.
Yeah.
I said WWE.
Yeah. Well,
are they going to acquire more programming, or how's this going to work now?
The way, and this is only because I listen to a lot of sports broadcast podcasts and stuff. So there's like some stuff they've been trying to get into the live broadcasting thing for a while. They did a test run with a live stand up. I think Chris Rock did a live stand up on Netflix like a few years ago. And it did really well. And so they and other stuff like I think Peacock this year. Yeah, Peacock had an NFL playoff game that was exclusive on Peacock. It was the only game. It was the Kansas City Chiefs game. It was the only game in history that's been exclusive to a streaming service. So
How does that work for the
Netflix is
NFL archive then?
Oh, I don't know, but I know if you lived in the Kansas City area, you could still get on your local TV. You can get on NBC. But if you were like me, who lives in New Jersey, I would have to get Peacock to watch that game. So I know that Netflix is trying to dive into sports.
Okay.
Netflix had talks with the NBA about acquiring some games. Which is a huge that would be a huge moneymaker for them because the NBA is super popular. But we'll see what happens. But these streamers are trying.
We left cable to go back to cable. It only took 20 years.
Essentially. Yeah. Essentially.
Let me tell you something, brother, okay?
Yeah.
They need to make a universal streaming service.
With everything on it, yeah.
And with everything on it, everyone gets their small cut. Because let me tell you something. All these companies doing these streaming services, they're not working out. It's like it's like Steam. Have a Steam. Don't have Origin. Yeah. Don't have Uplay. Don't have Blizzard. Enough with that launcher shit. Have one launcher. Have all your games on there. Everyone gets a couple of bucks, and that's it. Stop driving us crazy.
Bro, that's the main reason why I downloaded the last two Call of Duties on Steam. Because I didn't want BattleNet anymore. I was like, I gotta get this fucking launcher.
I stopped buying them on console, bought them on Steam.
But yeah, no, and it's I completely agree because now we're getting to the point now with all these streaming services that it's more than cable. It's like $10 here, $20 here, $8 here, all this other stuff. It's like honest to God, bro, for me, and I'm just being 100% real. We mentioned torrents earlier, so I think I can mention this. I have an Android TV. It's a smart TV that has Android on it, and I have an app called OnStream. It's an app called OnStream.
Okay.
I click on the app. I log in. It has everything from Amazon, Disney Plus, Hulu. All in a Netflix kind of like style app. It has the voice search, everything, and it's in one app. Now I don't pay a fucking cent, bro. I don't lie. It's some fucking app I'm paying for. It's some free shit that somebody made online, and it's on Android. So you can just side load it like you do any other Android app, and it's on your TV. Boom.
Right.
But like, there needs to be a legal version of that. A legal version of that. Somebody pays a flat rate. And you get everything. And everybody gets their percentage.
Now they're taking movies off of there and they're putting them on other services. I'm like, what the fuck's the point of having your service then?
Well, that's the thing. Disney now is buying other services. They bought apparently they have 100% of Hulu now.
Yeah.
They have 100% of Hulu. They had a percentage of Hulu.
But they're
now
taking actual movies off Disney Plus and putting them on like Max and shit. It's like, why are you doing that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're doing it to make money. They're licensing out the movies. But the whole point is, you pulled the licensing from all the other places to begin with, so people would buy your service.
Yes.
Nobody's buying their service, so they got to license shit out. So it's like, what are we doing here? What if you want to watch a movie? You got to, I pay for this, but it's over there. And I can't buy a physical disc anymore because they don't make them anymore. Where am I going to go?
Yeah.
They need to make a refined service. It's a one-way highway for these things, and that's it. It's like the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The internet's the internet. There's not different types of internet. It's the internet. You have different services that provide the internet. So you need one service that provides movies, TV, sports, or live TV, whatever you want to call it. Enough of this bullshit. It's driving everybody nuts. Like I said, we left cable to go back to cable.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. So, anyway, that's the stuff for the Netflix deal and WWE. It's a huge deal. We'll see what comes from that. Now let's get into the big event on Sunday or Saturday. I keep saying Sunday because I'm not used to it.
That's okay. It used to be Sundays.
Yes, the Royal Rumble. As of right now, there's only, let's see, I'm on the Wikipedia page for the men's rumble. There's 1, 2,
There's
3,
only 4
4,
matches on the
5,
show.
6. Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yes.
And because both rumbles are probably going to be hour and a half, probably, I would think, or hour and a half.
Whatever happened to 2 minutes? Well, we know that the last 2 guys or last 4 guys are going to go for like an extra 25, 40 minutes.
So as of right now, there's 12 people confirmed for the men's Royal Rumble. 12. So that leaves 18, right? 18 spots. Yeah, 18 spots for we don't know who the fuck's going to be in there. I mean, we kind of have an idea of who's going to be in there, but like, you know who's not going to be in there. Orton's not going to be in the Rumble.
Orton?
But because he's in the championship match, the Fatal 4-Way. Okay. So like, I think the people in the championship match, Reigns, Orton, AJ, and LA Knight, they're not going to be in the Rumble. Logan Paul and Kevin Owens may not be in the Rumble. So, and then so you have 18 other slots left. There's a bunch of rumors about who might be there, who might not be there, who might be returning. A lot of stuff's just bullshit rumors. There's been no obvious 100% rumors. One of the big rumors that I've been with Jade Cargill for the Women's Rumble, yes,
right,
100%. I can't wait for that.
Trinity, Naomi,
yeah, yes, Naomi,
Sasha Banks,
yes, yep. For the men's, one of the big rumored names has been Okada. There's been a strong sense because of the way he left
Japanese Ken doll Okada.
But the way
because Tony Khan couldn't hug.
Well, there's a strong. Hang on, choking on my spit here. Goddamn. But
don't do that, Vince.
But there's a only because of the way he left New Japan. Like, he was very emotional leaving New Japan, and people were saying he wouldn't be this emotional if he was going to AEW, because AEW has because AEW has a work relationship with New Japan, and he would still be there a couple times a year. So, but there's a lot of talk about him. Again, it's just rumors, but he may be, because now some people brought up that his contract isn't up with New Japan until the end of the month, but his dates are all done. And when Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows debuted in the past, their contracts weren't up with New Japan.
Right. Carl Anderson had to do a show after he debuted in WWE.
Yeah. So it works a little bit differently, I guess, with their international contracts. So and all of his dates are done anyway. He's done. So
hey, it's always the next day in Japan than it is here. So
I mean, who knows? One of the rumored names, apparently it came out today, that was going to be in the Rumble, but that might be changed because of the lawsuit, was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was supposed to be in this Rumble. Right. As of now, he's still supposed to be in, but there's talk that whatever they had planned might change.
Scoops, I don't know if they confirmed, but they said pretty much he's not going to be in it now. He's being pulled.
Okay. Which I 100% agree with. I mean, I think even if you put him, I think that he would just get booed out of the fucking building.
Well, you can't do what AEW did and put Chris Jericho out there, because look what happened to that Sting match. Sting's last match in New York, everyone's booing everybody. By the way, fuck Chris Jericho. Fuck Chris Jericho. See this? Yeah, fuck Chris Jericho. Oh, my finger's sticking up. I don't know
why.
Fuck him.
But so the confirmed names right now for the men's: Cody, Punk, Nakamura, Lashley, McIntyre, Gunther, Chad Gable, Kofi, Damian Priest, Santos Escobar, Otis.
Andrade's coming back.
Yes, I think Andrade's going to be one of the surprise returns, 100%.
Right.
He's pretty much been signed since he ended since he left AEW.
He was a cancer in AEW, Nick. Come on, he punched Sammy Guevara. Isn't it funny how these guys are all cancers and they're all getting hired by WWE?
Yeah. Okay, so now the only reason I'm kind of mad that Brock's not in, I 100% agree with it. The only reason I'm mad is that before all this came out, what I wanted at WrestleMania, and I wanted them to set it up in the Rumble. I wanted fucking Brock and Gunther. That's what I wanted that match so bad. I, I want that match so bad, but it's obviously not going to happen now. But if they would have done some deal where like Gunther threw out Brock or something, and that led to him wanting to kick his ass at Mania, I would have did that. I would have fucking loved to see that match.
Gunther's good, man.
But I love Gunther. But anyway, so those are the 12 names for the men's. Now for the women's, it's Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Maxine Dupree, and Ivy Nile, and that's it.
What?
Oh, for the women's
There's some
Rumble
noise going on out there.
Oh, for the women's Rumble, it's Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Maxine Dupree, and Ivy Nile, and that's it. So literally only 7 people confirmed, and then the rest, whoever the fuck comes out. So we'll see for the
Someone's revving their car up outside. That's what that shit is. I got neighbors. They think they're fucking like Fast and the Furious, but they're like, you know, Vin Diesel, like 85 years old, Fast and Furious.
So do you think that I think Punk's winning the men's Rumble.
Yeah.
But I think the final 4 will probably be Punk, Cody, Drew,
and McIntyre.
Yeah.
Drew is McIntyre.
Yeah.
Gunther.
Sorry.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, here's what I would do. If Punk throws Cody out, Punk's getting booed again. We don't need that AEW. We fucking hate CM Punk shit again. What you need to do is to get the heat.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre throws Cody out.
Yeah.
Punk throws Drew McIntyre out. Everyone loves CM Punk because he got revenge for the other guy throwing the guy they wanted to win out.
Yeah.
Simple shit.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's yeah. So then, but I love how they pretty much, like I said, for the build up.
You fucking have Drew McIntyre blame Gunther, and then you get Drew and Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental.
Yeah. I the thing I love about they've done with the build up is that there's kind of these little side stories that all the guys are building up towards leading up to the match.
Right.
So it's like
we go in thinking like, okay, we know this is gonna happen, but then something else happened. They're like, oh, well, that made sense.
Yeah, and it could set up something down the line.
One step ahead of themselves. Unlike Vince, who was like, this guy's gonna win.
Yeah. And then ripping up scripts before they go live and just having people do shit on the fly. Like, it's just it just yeah. But I think Punk's winning. Then going on. And now also with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is legitimately injured, but he said he's keeping the title. I forgot. Originally when I heard this news, I got worried. I forgot he had the same injury leading up to his match with Triple H at WrestleMania that one year. Different leg, same injury, and he just rehabbed it. But you will not. But apparently he was supposed to wrestle on this show. Obviously, he's not wrestling on this show. He was supposed to wrestle at Elimination Chamber. He won't be wrestling. He did, just keep him off TV. Keep him out of the ring until Mania.
Right.
That's it. You don't need to have him wrestle and fuck something up. Let him rehab, do his thing. I think in 2 months, last time around, he was able to fully rehab the injury without surgery. So he has 3 months now.
Well, here's what they need to fucking do, okay? Because this happens all the time. Don't have the guy have a match before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If they knew he was going to go in, why he had to fight Jinder Mahal on Raw? Not even on pay-per-view. Even on pay-per-view, don't have the guy have a match. Everyone knows he's not going to lose right before WrestleMania, so save him for WrestleMania.
Especially like one of your marquee, like for your marquee matchups, like for somebody that's going to be in the main event of night 1, you don't have him wrestling before WrestleMania.
No, because what happens if they're wrestling? What if Punk and Rollins are wrestling night 1 at WrestleMania, and Rollins' fucking bone gets fucking crunched out of his leg like Sid Vicious? Then that ruins the match anyway. Vince resigned?
Yeah.
Is that legit?
What?
Is that breaking news? He said Vince has resigned. He's resigned from his position. Let's hey, can someone get me some articles here? Give me a link.
Breaking news. Vince McMahon has officially resigned from WWE and UFC parent company TKO via official statement from TKO Holdings.
There you go. Right when we're live.
Literally.
We told you had to go.
Yeah.
He heard us.
Yeah. It says here it was
show and they said, you know what? Those two guys are right. We got to get rid of them.
Yeah. R. Emanuel's actually in the chat right now. And he's listening. But it says here it was reported Thursday by the Wall Street Journal that Janelle Grant, former WWE employee, filed a lawsuit against Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis in Connecticut federal court on Friday night. Yes, thank you for the heads up. On Friday night, Deadline.com obtained an official statement was issued by McMahon. He said, I stand by my prior statement that Miss Grant's lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and is a vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself and look forward to clearing my name. However, out of respect for the WWE universe, the extraordinary TKO business and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all of the employees and superstars who helped make me a WWE into a global leader, I've decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and the TKO board of directors effective immediately. WWE President Nick Khan sent out the following email to employees.
Which means he's
saying,
fucking guilty.
Yeah, Nick Khan sent out the following message to employees. I want to inform you that Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his positions as TKO executive chairman and on the board of directors. He will no longer have a role.
How much was fucking Slim Jim offering him, man?
Bro, that's I'll tell you, that Slim Jim bag had to been that's a big bag, bro. Multiple years.
I mean, wonder if Slim Jim announces in another hour or two, we've resumed our partnership with the Royal Rumble.
We're back.
Man, Slim Jim's got some fucking power, huh?
Bro, well, like I said,
you think that's Macho Man getting back at Vince?
and like I said, man, like I brought up when we brought up the Slim Jim stuff. And they know more than us, like Nick Khan and them. They probably have heard rumblings from other sponsors about wanting to pull out too. Slim Jim was the first domino to fall.
14 billion? What?
Wait, is that the Slim Jim deal? Hang on.
Frank in the chat said they said the Slim Jim deal was valued at 14 billion over the course of years. Billion? How many fucking cows you have to kill for that shit?
Slim Jim signing WWE's biggest ever sponsorship. This was in August. It says
after 30 years, I got Slim Jim back.
Slim Jim is signing a multi-event deal with WWE that will make it the biggest wrestling sponsor. As part of the agreement, Slim Jim will advertise across WWE platforms.
So it's spicy. Wait, say spicy man sticks? The spicy meat sticks would bring the downfall of Vince McMahon. Yes, you're all fucking live. Well, RWK88, thanks for joining us late. But Vince McMahon has resigned from WWE and TKO. Vince McMahon has no job. He could go work at Microsoft, right? Doesn't Activision need another dickhead? He can replace Bobby Kotick, right?
But yeah.
Vince is gone for good this time.
That's a lot of money, man.
Wow, well, he's guilty as fuck. Exactly what I said. Guilty as fuck. Who would have thought spicy meat sticks would bring down the fall of Vince McMahon? Yeah, I know. This is great news. Like, tomorrow when we all get together, we're just going to make fun of this shit. Like,
that shows you how fast this shit could happen, though. Literally, as we're live.
It was Slim Jim was the last straw. And TKO was like, oh, we can't lose Slim Jim. Vince is gone for good this time. Thank God. He did it to himself.
Somebody tweeted that money got the talking and old boy had to start walking. That's pretty much what happened. I mean, yeah, bro. Everything's sweet, bro. Everything's all right until you start fucking up some money.
So, do we get
And you-
the resignation of Brock Lesnar within the hour, or what's going on?
oh,
with
I
this?
don't know. I don't know.
Because he ain't wearing his
It's
cowboy hat dancing around the house. I can guarantee you that. How does this affect the Rumble? Well, Slim Jim might be back in the Rumble, so there you go. Just at Mania 39, WWE made $20 million from the Slim Jim deal. Wow.
Whew.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, no, they're having like a some event in Philly. It's like a WWE sponsored event in Philly the weekend of the WrestleMania, and it's sponsored by Slim Jim.
I challenge you
So
to a
it's
match
like,
at the WrestleMania.
but holy shit! Well, thank you for putting that in the chat, because I would have never seen that. But while SmackDown's on the air too, that's kind of
You know, it's
SmackDown's on
funny,
the air, right?
and they can't mention it.
No,
And this guy will never get a tribute video. He'll never get a
Nope.
thank you. I mean, he did it to himself. You know?
Yeah,
We always
did
joke
himself,
that
man.
when Vince would pass, like, Raw and SmackDown for a month straight would be Vince tributes because they wouldn't know what to do. Now
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, fuck that guy. We don't know who he is.
It's how
JB Zombie
crazy shit
89.
can
What's
change.
up, brother?
What's going on,
What
man?
were we saying?
No, I was saying it's crazy how fast shit can change, man. It's just like if this happens before the sale, nothing. He's not stepping down.
Vince had
'Cause
no
he runs
accomplices.
shit.
He was the villain. He was the main villain, this guy. What a way to end your career is part ways with the company your father started. Well,
Bro.
don't be a fucking maniac. Don't be a deviant. Don't be a lunatic.
Well, he didn't get the last laugh. I mean, in a way, he did because he made $8 billion or whatever. But I mean, morally, he didn't get the last laugh.
Who knows
That's
what the
for
fuck he's doing tonight?
Oh,
Remember,
Christ.
he's probably
No.
dating some other crazy lady too.
Oh yeah. That's the funniest part. The whole reason the NDA he was forced to start the NDA with that woman was because fucking Linda found out.
Okay, somebody is saying, I think Solomonster, I saw this morning,
Yeah.
said that some people think that he did the NDA because he knew he was selling to TKO. And he didn't want this lady to fucking go nuts before that deal went through.
Oh, 100%.
And once the deal went through, he said, cut the $3 million and just leave her with $1 million. And that's how this whole thing started. It's like, bro,
he didn't think,
just pay the fucking $3 million. You wouldn't have been thrown out by now. Although he's still a fucking lunatic, so I don't care. Good.
yeah, because there's still
See you
the
later,
federal
Vince.
lawsuit too happening. Yeah.
Take your shitty booking with you too. Let me tell you something. This guy tortured everybody. He tortured the fans. He tortured people in his personal life.
Yeah.
I've had enough of his
People
shit. He was cool for like fucking 3 years, okay? And then I got abused with watching the same matches over and over and over and over. Oh yeah, the pay-per-view over again. Like, horrible.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. Get him out of here.
Then we got stuff like after the ads were there, we got stuff like Katie Vick and all this other bullshit that was
and that doesn't look good on his resume now, does it?
Oh, but bro, it looks. I mean, it looked terrible already with all this, and now it's even worse. It's even worse.
Well, now he could go home and shit on himself because I don't know.
Yeah. I
don't know what
man.
you do now.
It's just so crazy too. Ever since you're like they always say like stress can make you like look older. Like
Right.
Ever since all this stuff came out, dude, he looks like he's about to die. He's
looked like a fucking vampire with no blood for years.
Well, I mean, but even if you look back like a couple years ago to like stuff like segments during the pandemic or even a couple years ago before all this came out, he looked older, but he didn't look like he does now. Now he looks like he's about to like if you poke him the wrong way, he might turn to dust. Like it's like
he would always
he's
say WE. He wouldn't even say WWE. He'd say WE. The WE. The WE.
he mumbles.
And he used to say, like 10 years ago, he used to say on live on Raw, the WF. He would just say the WF. Like he didn't even know where the fuck he was half the time. We would always joke he had dementia because he was booking the same matches over and over again.
Yeah.
Because he was booking the same matches and telling people that match at WrestleMania is going to be the biggest match of all time. I'm like, oh, Brock and Roman, you've done that like 3 other fucking WrestleManias. What do you mean it's going to be the biggest match of all time? Well, now we found out that Brock was in the main event for 10 fucking years because he's sharing women with this guy. Great.
What was the one he said that he was going to be the biggest match of all time? Was it like
Batista and Orton?
Orton? The year Daniel Bryan was like red hot, and he was just like, no, Batista and Orton, biggest WrestleMania.
He killed that killed Batista's career. Remember Blutista?
Oh my god, dude.
And Batista even said on his own DVD, he goes, I don't even know why they brought me back here. Like, obviously, this guy is over. Put him in the main event.
Yeah, Batista was like...
He fucking said that on his own DVD.
Yeah. But... Oh, man. Oh, man. But, anyway, so... So, yeah. Okay, so I think... To get back to Royal Rumble...
Do we have another article I could throw up here?
Yeah,
news that he's gone?
Yes.
This happened with the Warrior, right? The minute we stopped recording, the guy dropped dead.
Oh my god!
We had to come right back on and record again.
I'll send this to you on Twitter real quick.
Good thing we did the show tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
they're in the show. This guy retired for real.
Oh, man.
You think Freddy's dead?
Freddy Krueger?
I'm saying he's evil like Freddy Krueger. So you think Freddy's
yeah. I don't know. I sent it to you, by the way.
Right, let's start a poll real quick. All right, the poll's in the chat.
Somebody tweet. What's up?
What? Go ahead.
Sorry. Somebody tweeted. It was a clip of like from the Attitude Era of like the Rock's in the limousine. He slaps Vince. This is the Rock when he saw Vince at the emergency board meeting for TKO today. You think about it too. The Rock literally is the head of the board of directors now.
All your boys are tweeting, man. Sean Ross.
Oh yeah. Solid Monster. A lot of them are in Tampa right now. At SmackDown. Some of them are just in Tampa already, like just down there for the weekend. It's like this is all happening in real time.
1 second. If you can't see us, give me 1 second. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Solomon said Vince McMahon resigns from all positions with WWE TKO and is officially gone for good this time. He does so in disgrace. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Like it's, I mean, disgrace is an understatement.
Hang on, I'm gonna pop this in. That mustache is fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. Now, what I do is I drag this down. And there it is. Hold on, wait, I gotta fix that a little bit. Hold on. There we go. His head gets cut off again, but who gives a fuck about his face? There he is. He's out of here. Breaking news while we're doing this show. That's a good sign for us, right? Not a good sign for him, but for us.
Yeah, good riddance, man. Good fucking riddance.
So I guess this is the Vince McMahon tribute show.
No, this ain't the Vince McMahon tribute show.
Not tribute in a good way, but it's more like
This is the
This is
the
probably
in
the last
memoriam.
time we'll talk about this fucking guy until this case is done.
Well, yeah. The
Someone
sad
said
part
Vince is
is,
going to AEW. Yeah, he should go there. Join his pal Jericho. Maybe he can have threesomes with him. Fucking idiot.
bro. Imagine they Vince walks out and eight. I would fucking fall over.
Tony Khan's really gonna hug him.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus,
Paul
bro.
Heyman, he's the smartest man. Paul Heyman outstayed Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff from the Monday Night War.
Yeah. Yeah, they what's the phrase? They won the battle, but he won the war. that's literally like
ECW played the slow game.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
I bet CM Punk's happy, huh?
Well, yeah, I
You
mean,
don't got to cross paths with this guy? Don't say that. He might actually do that. What? Let
I
him
get
go
to
to
go to
AEW. He can hug Tony Khan's fucking cheeks off. What do I care? They could shark together in the fucking hallway.
oh, that man is gonna be. He ain't going nowhere but the courtroom.
You know what sucks though, Nick? Tony Khan's gonna think he won the war now. He's gonna tweet like he out promoted Vince McMahon or some shit.
He shouldn't tweet about it. Like nobody should be. This isn't. And that's what I love about this is that people online they do the whole like AEW versus WWE thing. This is beyond.
But Tony Khan starts it.
Oh yeah. No, what I'm saying is I'm talking about for this situation.
Yeah, I know.
Like Tony Khan has. I'm saying Tony Khan shouldn't be tweeting anything about this at all. Like, oh, we won the. No, this is
him by 10 p.m. tonight.
Oh, bro.
He does anything to promote AEW because nobody's fucking watching it anymore.
But yeah, so Vince is gone. There's that.
Right.
Let me go back to the Royal Rumble thing here. So yeah, so I think Punk is winning the men's Royal Rumble. I think we both are in agreement of that. Winning at that. Women's Royal Rumble, there's a lot that could be, like surprise wise. I think you might see AJ Lee in the Rumble. I don't think she's gonna win it, but I think you might see AJ Lee in the Rumble. Make a little appearance.
It's gotta be obvious. She was training with her husband a couple of weeks ago.
A lot of people were saying that
Twitter's on fire.
Said, what's her name? Jade Cargill will be making her debut in the Rumble.
I believe so. Yes.
Naomi will be making her return. She just finished up with TNA. She'll be back in the Rumble.
Right.
And by the way, I didn't know Jade Cargill. Like, I found out this week actually is married to like a former baseball player I used to like follow a lot.
Yeah.
It was Brandon Phillips.
About that.
Yeah.
My wife, when we watched AEW, Jade Cargill was her favorite wrestler.
She's awesome. I love Jade Cargill.
She's awesome. So my wife is definitely going to be checking out the Rumble with us tomorrow.
Jade Cargill is it is awesome. I'm excited to see what they do with her.
Jade and Charlotte. Jade and what's the other girl's name? Rhea Ripley.
Yes. Oh my God, Jade and Rhea Ripley. Whew, that's money right there. That's money.
A WrestleMania main event right there.
Them throw each other around for a match. Yes, that would be insane.
Twitter's on fire, Nick.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, this is like a lot of people that are probably tweeting about this. They might be in Tampa for the Rumble. They might be at SmackDown right now. Like, holy shit! Like, I saw somebody tweet out. It was like, "I'm
the hijack SmackDown live." Champ Vince.
Oh my God!
You know what I saw the other yesterday? Someone
what?
Posted a picture of Stone Cold that said, "Stone Cold tried to warn us. Vince McMahon was a piece of trash."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
it was a fucking storyline, you moron. Like, Stone Cold tried to warn us.
Oh,
Vince is not in the Hall of Fame, and he'll never be in the Hall of Fame. He'll never be in his own Hall of Fame.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he went from being the greatest promoter of all time to being a disgrace. He went out the way only he knew how to go out, I guess.
Yeah,
Like a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Who's the bitch now?
Now here's the thing: if Sasha does return for this women's Royal Rumble, I think she might win it.
I think she might win. Think she can win it, or Jade's gonna win it?
I think my top 3 right now are Jade, Sasha, and Bayley. But those are the 3 I'm thinking about.
Big ass Bayley, she's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she might. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully it's a good match, and we'll see. Again, not too much on that one because there's only 6 of the 30 entrants that have been confirmed. So there's a lot left for interpretation there. There's the U.S. Championship match, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. It's probably gonna be good because Logan Paul has good matches. I hate to say it. I want to find reasons to hate Logan Paul. I can't hate his matches. They're good. And Kevin Owens works good with younger guys. Obviously Logan Paul's gonna win. And yeah, that's going to be what happens there.
With that one, tweeting, thank you, Vince. Because I ain't a good look right now.
And then there's the fatal four. There's the fatal 4-way match. There's the fatal 4-way match. Roman, Orton, Styles, LA Knight. Obviously, Roman's going to win. Should be a good match. But obviously, Reigns is winning. So that's pretty much it with that. Now we'll see if there's any. I highly doubt we'll see any, like, I don't know if they're gonna hint towards something at the end of this match. I don't know. Not saying you're gonna see a Rock appearance or some shit, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
I was gonna make a joke, but I don't think that's appropriate right now.
Okay.
What if The Rock just comes out and shits on Roman's head?
Oh my God.
At this point, I know that's a stupid thing to say, but I had to say it.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean,
it's stupid and it would never happen. That's why I said it.
I mean, bro. Yeah, no. If Vince was still in charge, that might happen for sure. That's definitely a Vince. That's definitely been on the writers' board 100%. That's been an idea that's been thrown around. I mean, coming from the man who had people kissing his own ass on TV in the middle of the ring, that's definitely an idea. Shit's the next step. Like, dude's already got his pants down in the middle of the ring. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like when you really think about that, that man scripted himself to have his bare ass on TV in front of millions of people. Like, you got to be a sick motherfucker. There was
always rumors about Vince fucking Shawn Michaels back in the day. And then he has Shawn Michaels 10 years later, literally right in front of his ass on live TV, ready to kiss it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get any more real than that. He didn't even make Bischoff kiss his ass. And he made fucking Shawn Michaels kiss his ass. I don't know. It's going to be a good pay-per-view. I'm excited for it. JB Zombie will be joining us tomorrow, too. I don't know if you knew.
Nice.
That. He's from Jersey. Where are you from in Jersey? JB?
Oh, me?
No, him.
Oh.
So he could tell you JB, where he's from.
Oh, well, what part of Jersey are you from, JB? About to get somewhere up north. But it should be a good pay-per-view. And I mean, it will be the first official pay-per-view where Vince McMahon's not in the company, like, at all. Like,
we had one of those and he came back, but yes, this will be the first time that he will never be in the company.
But I mean, this is the first one where he's like officially, like, he's gone. I mean, there ain't no coming back from this. Yeah, it's like
now Kevin Dunn retired like a week or two ago. And
yes,
people think he has something to do with this, but there's nothing.
No, there's nothing like. But
people said people said he just didn't want to like take orders from the new people or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we even talked about it back in the day. We said if Vince ever steps down, Kevin Dunn is gone.
Right.
We talked about that.
I mean, because like him.
Yeah. Well, dude, the fucking the production, even like from the stuff I've watched on Raw since Kevin Dunn's been gone, it's been way better. And they're trying new shit out, like backstage with backstage segments and stuff that looks way better. There's not a million camera cuts that's making my fucking eyes bleed. Like it look the production. Oh, you could already tell a difference with just him being on for a few weeks.
Okay, I'm gonna say something here because Jim Cornette would make fun of Kevin Dunn with the Bucky teeth, and he'd be like, he talks like that, right? Do you think that he was like, switch to camera 1, and then they switch to camera 1, 2, and 3 because they just heard that?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, JB's in the chat. He says that he's from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're not too far from me. I'm in South. I'm about 40 minutes from Ocean City. So yeah, you're about like 40 minutes from me, ish. I'm about 40 minutes from Ocean City. So good shit.
There you go.
I'm in South Jersey as well.
Good for Heyman.
But
what if somebody, before we go, what are some of these funny tweets that you're talking about, Frank? Can you screenshot some and send them to one of us?
The funny tweets, bro. It's you click on Vince McMahon on Twitter, like on the trending. It's just a bunch of shit.
The minute we sign off, all these motherfuckers are gonna be live. They're probably live right now. Well, that's crazy, right? We come on here to talk about the Royal Rumble, and then that literally shit happens, and then
yeah,
he resigns while we're alive. Beautiful. You couldn't have written it any other way. Well, South Jersey boys, excited to meet you guys. Well, he won't be there tomorrow, but Anthony will be.
Sadly, I will not be there tomorrow. I have some work arrangements I have to tend to. It's not on me. Like it's out of my hands. But
no, nobody's blaming you. Just let
know. You will meet my brother. But
meet my brother.
He'll meet like because he'll be there. But I will not be there. But I will the next time Perry does one of these, I'm going to try to make it up 100%. Because we're
doing the birthday, we're doing WrestleMania, we're doing the anniversary, and then the summer or whatever, and that's it. I think.
Well, at least look, here's the thing, and nothing's confirmed yet from me on my end. But I might for me personally, I might know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that I may be able to get into night 1 of Mania. But it's like somebody who knows somebody who works for the Eagles kind of thing. So I don't know.
Man, I don't know somebody who works for the Rock Band. Holy shit!
No, the Philadelphia Eagles. But it's a very long shot. But I might have
go. Like Anthony said, let's go to WrestleMania in Philly, and I was like, all right. And then I saw the tickets, and I was like, no thanks. I wouldn't mind going, but it's just a lot of money for no reason.
It's a lot for nosebleeds. It's a lot of money. Like I'm 300 level, like all the way up at the top.
Yeah, that's why my wife looked at the nosebleeds, and they're fucking almost floor seats over here. Crazy.
Yeah. So, either way, like the weekend of WrestleMania, I'm gonna be. There's other stuff going on in Philly that I'm gonna try to get out there. There's like a lot of there's a big bar in Philly across the street from the stadium. That's like the owner's like a big wrestling fan. He's doing like a wrestling costume contest.
Right.
That's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be like an open bar kind of thing. I'm gonna try to go to that.
Let me ask you something.
What's up?
Whatever happened to parking wars in Philly?
Oh shit.
That's one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Yeah. I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't know. I've
been watching it on YouTube. They got the marathons going. They upload like 4 hours of one YouTube video.
Yeah, it was from 2008 to 2012. Yeah, I don't know.
Great show. The DVDs are like $1 million though.
But apparently there's gonna be something going on. I don't know. I have to double check what it is. But my friend sent it to me at the the 2300 arena, which for people who don't know is the ECW arena. It's just renamed. There's going to be something going on over the weekend there. There's going to be there's a rapper, Wale, a famous rapper. He's a huge wrestling fan. He does a thing called Wale Mania every year.
No, Brian Alvarez always talks about it because he's got nothing better to fucking do.
But I'm gonna try to go to that this year because it's always a pretty fun time. From what people like they go to it, and you get to see wrestlers kind of outside their element and drunk, so it's it's kind of fun. But I think it was like 1 year, a couple years ago, like Samoa Joe was there, and he just started like fucking dancing on the stage. It was insane. He was going crazy.
Damn. Is Samoa Joe going to be in Power World?
Why would he be in Power World?
Because he's a big fat slob Pokemon too. So there you go.
Oh my god! No, I love Samoa Joe. I'm not gonna talk shit.
Yeah, I love Joe too, but come on, Joe, you got to go back to WWE. Enough of this AEW bullshit.
But
give Tony Khan the belt back. Give him a hug and be like, "Yeah, I don't want this shit anymore. I'll see you later."
Oh, bro. But
give him his release if he hugs him.
But yeah, no, but I think that is that wraps up everything on the show.
Tony Khan and his hugs. Tony Khan's hugging himself right now that Vince fucking retired, so or resigned, whatever you want to call it, same shit. Any questions in the chat really quick about all this?
Yeah.
Because I have yet to see these memes.
Hang on, I'm gonna get a water real quick. I'll be back.
You go get some water. I'm gonna check the memes here. We don't have to see Vince McMahon's ugly fucking face ever again. Vince McMahon is trend. It's just Vince is trending. Go to latest. All right, there's some naked guy cooking that's has nothing to do with this. Vince resigns. Success. Bye bye bitch to Vince. People are celebrating. They show him with the do-rag on ECW. Like, I don't understand what half this shit means. There's Austin giving him the middle finger. They're doing the Jeff Jarrett meme from the last Nitro. Double O, double N, double G. Well, that's the end of him. Why is Hulk Hogan trending? Is he supposed to be in the Rumble tomorrow? Why is Hogan saying he's going to be in the Rumble? That guy walks with a fucking cane. Somebody told me I might get number 30, Hulk Hogan said. Some guy. Frank, some guy posted fucking food. And it says, insert Hulk Hogan playing the air guitar. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this, Frank. I'm going to send that to you. Oh, he sent some memes. Hang on. The Slim Jim guy. I haven't seen that guy since like 2000. This guy helped this ring, man. That's a good one. Hey, you know what? We're going to show these on here real quick. Let me, here, let me get all this stuff off my desktop here. Put that in there. Put all this in here. There, we're going to show some memes here.
Okay.
Look, they had the Slim Jim guy from 2000 say this guy helped end Vince McMahon.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, people have World War II photos of
Oh,
of
jeez.
American troops holding newspapers that say Hitler's dead. And
Oh my god. I mean, he did have a little bit of a Hitler stash there for a little bit.
you know, with the situation, how do we know that wasn't really a dirty Sanchez on his face?
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, the guy shit on his own face. Who the hell knows what the hell happened with this guy? He's a fucking lunatic. You know what I think is weird? When he came back to the company, he had his grandson put out the statement. Imagine what that kid must think now of his grandfather. uh oh man, that's funny. Vince McMahon when he checked his email an hour ago. Oh wow, I'm not gonna post that one, Frank. Here's the Hulk Hogan one. Hey, what happened to it? Oh, I had to save it. This is the stupidest thing I've seen, Frank. This guy posted food and he's like, or this woman, I don't even know what that is. It's so stupid. What are you guys saying in the chat here? Man, I can't even walk. The man can't even walk. Milkman, what's up? I will definitely get to watch the show. Milkman, guess what? Vince McMahon is retired officially. He's done. He's resigned. So it's over. Some of them are bad though. That's fine. Well, good old Vince. He's done.
Yeah. Even non-wrestling news outlets are posting about it now. I mean, that was the thing about this story. I mean, this story was everywhere. It was not just Meltzer and everybody else. It was, NBC and
Meltzer, he's probably celebrating. He'll probably think Vince is going to debut at the Tokyo Dome. Apparently, they played Hulk Hogan's music for the ad for the Royal Rumble during SmackDown. Well, Hogan's saying he's going to be number 30, so who the fuck knows?
I hope not, man.
Well, how are you going to throw him out? He has a bad back.
That's the thing. He can't take a bump. So how the fuck? He's going to leave on his own?
Remember, Iron Sheik had to win the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17 because he couldn't get thrown out.
Yeah.
Bad back. Slaughter was supposed to win that. And they're like, well, we can't throw him out. So they had the thing where he threw Slaughter out, and then Slaughter came back and gave him the Cobra Clutch. That's the last match that Iron Sheik ever got the win in. Hogan will have to be helped to the front of the ring.
How do you think Hogan's gonna spin it and put himself in the Vince McMahon stuff? Well, dude, he actually texted me those videos too, and I blocked him immediately, brother. I couldn't do it.
I blocked him. He blocked him after he looked at him. I don't know, man. There's a rumor he's fucking Hogan too. The rumor is he was with Hogan, he was with Warrior. This guy Vince slept with everybody.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? Warrior actually lived with the McMahons for a little bit. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Isn't
I read
crazy?
about that before. Yeah, no, it's nuts.
Hogan is so stupid and narcissistic. He would be like, I did all that stuff before Vince.
Yeah. You see, dude, I taught Vince everything he knows, brother.
Oh, man. I don't know. Me and Andre already did worse stuff in the 80s.
Bro. Hogan is...
I challenge you to the WrestleMania. What?
Now, if Vince was still in charge, Hogan would definitely run out there. 100%, I think. I think he would fucking.
Well, I think
try.
you're more likely to see Hogan and those guys a Legends more now because TKO, they don't give a fuck. To them, it's just wrestling. They don't care. They'll probably get requests to bring all these guys back. But again, Hogan walks with a cane. Actually,
no, he can't.
He doesn't walk with a cane. He walks with a fucking stick. And the stick is bigger than him because he has to hold it to stay upright. I don't think people understand that.
See his fucking. I saw the video of him going to his fucking scumbag son's fucking DUI. His like 7th DUI.
I saw that video. Yeah, that was on the.
How's that piece of shit still on the fucking road, bro?
After what he did to that kid, man, I don't know.
Kid, yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck.
But I like that Hogan went down there and said he goes down there and they're like, he's probably going to spend the night in jail. And Hogan goes, well, there's no point for me to stay around. I'm just going to go home and go to bed.
Oh, bro.
He literally told the cop that.
Yeah.
I love how in the
DUI
video, I thought he said Dewey. I was like, what? Yeah. DUI video, he was wearing a shirt with his face on it. Well, yeah, he's got to let people know who he is. Oh, shit, you're Hulk Hogan? Yeah, no, your son's all right. He just blew a stop sign, but he's okay.
But yeah, so.
Oh, no. So, Vince McMahon is gone. While we were doing the show, we got the breaking news. Shout out to It's VB in the chat room because he's the one that told us.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody for tuning in. We had around like 10 to 12 viewers the whole time, so I appreciate everybody for.
I appreciate that. And I had to do Family Feud Friday tonight. So probably by like 10:30 I'll be on doing Family Feud Friday.
Yeah, and I might fire up a few games of Call of Duty before I pass out on my stream.
Well, tell people where they can find you at.
You can find me on twitch.tv/TheNickLuzzi. TheNickLuzzi. I'm going to put it in chat.
Put it in the chat.
For people. Yes. Twitch.tv/TheNick. You probably have to copy and paste it, but that is my Twitch. Go follow me over there. I'll probably be live for a little bit. Play some Warzone. Not for long, but for a little bit. And then yeah, Perry,
playing WWF Warzone on a night like this?
Yes, 100%.
I actually have to rip that game later.
And you're gonna be streaming on Game Complainers, Perry, or?
Yeah, I'll be streaming Family Feud. We play Family Feud on PS1. I started this last Friday. Every Friday, I'm gonna do Family Friday. And, do Family Feud, hosted by Louie Anderson on this game, and we just have fun with it. The chat room gives me the answers.
Is there repeated questions on that thing, or?
Yeah, but I saved it, so hopefully we don't get that.
Okay.
I saved the states after we beat everything. Like, we beat all the families already, so all those questions are, like, kaput, and hopefully the new questions come out. So, if it gets redundant, we'll stop doing it. But, like, last week I did Family Feud. After that, we played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And then we played The Weakest Link, which I never played that game before.
A game. I forgot that was a game. I do remember that.
Yeah, that was because the WWF guys were on it.
That PS1 or PS2?
PS1, man.
PS1, shit.
It's got more characters than fucking WWE 2K. The Weakest Link. It's got like 40 people you can choose from. Hey, Jesus. He's coming here tomorrow.
What's up, Jesus?
Jesus, Vince is gone forever.
Yeah.
Or is he going to pull a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and revive himself in the junkyard? That's Vince coming back to WWE. Freddy Krueger in the junkyard. It's a piece to Vince. Well, now Tony Khan's going to bitch about how he's the greatest promoter of all time now. Watch. I give it till 10. It's almost 10 p.m. now. 10 p.m. Tony over there. Vince is back. Vince is back. Yeah. He's saying Kincaid is going to scream Vince is back.
Oh, yeah.
Vince burning the laundry in the basement. Hey, pal, I got to live down here now. I lost everything.
Jesus. Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate it. It was a good show tonight. Good show. Thank you, as always, Perry.
It's a fucking great show. Vince McMahon's gone.
Yeah.
We didn't even know we were going to talk about that. We didn't know that was going to happen walking into this thing. We walked in.
Yeah.
And we all became champions tonight. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the shit. And we will be seeing you. Perry said he's going to stream after the Rumble is over. I'm going to try to call in. Maybe we're going to figure out a way to do it where I can give my quick takes on the Rumble. Think it should be a really good show. I will not be coming through tomorrow, Jesus. I unfortunately have work on Sunday. So like early Sunday morning. So it's just not going to be feasible for me to go almost 3 hours away. Right. And the rain's going to be terrible. It's going to be, yeah. So I will be coming through another time, 100%. So I'll try to arrange something. But yeah, I will not be there this next time. But I will be trying to make it up there sometime very soon. Anyway, thank you guys for watching as always. Be sure to tune in again whenever we do a show next, which might be Saturday after the event. So I'm Nick.
I'm Perry.
And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys. Goodbye.
Catch you later.